there, this is Doug from Two Rebels Off Grid. We left the city as fast as we could. We came to the heart of the high desert here in Cochise, Arizona, where we are building stuff. If you're new to our channel, go ahead and subscribe. You won't be disappointed. In this video, we're going to be talking about the final plaster work on this chicken tower. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the ride. There was absolutely nothing here but the shrubs, the thorns, and the thistles of the desert. And now we have officially occupied a space given to us, a blessing. In good times, it's very easy to see a future full of our dreams fulfilled. We're living in reality. We have our low places as well. But this is where we need to offer up our prayers, even more so than normal, to get us through the harder times. This is the reality we face right now. Pray for better times, and we pray for the strength to get through the harder times when we're in low places. That's the reality, guys. It's not just all sunshine and smiles. Sometimes you need to be more innovative, somehow climb out of that pit and get strength to carry on. A lot of times we'll get comments in the down below the videos saying, don't talk about politics, religion, or just anything but what we're doing. But that's not part of this lifestyle, guys. This is the reality, and you take away those opinions and that stuff, that's what makes us, right? Our beliefs, our worldviews, that's what makes us. And by you telling me to shut up, basically, you're taking away 9/10 of what we're doing out here. So if you don't like what we're saying, and I know it's not all of you, it's a very, very, very 0.001% doesn't like me talking about my God or my faith or my political views. And you know what? I'm not going to let that stop me. If you don't like that, then go find another channel. I'm sure there's plenty of them out there. You know, it's either Maslow or Haslow's 5 levels of needs. What we need to survive, that's water, that's food, that's shelter, that's security. I can't think of the other one. Maybe somebody can comment below and give me the actual ones. I'm just going from memory, and my memory is not to the messenger slow these days. But here we are working on the Coop tower, and we are working on security. We need to batten up our hatches here on this ship here in the desert.
Yeah, it fits perfectly. Nice. I'm like, how are you going to get out and put the hinges on, Doug? It doesn't go any more to the left. The horizontal beam is blocking it from going any more to the left.
Your left or our left? Well, I guess it really doesn't matter. On the bottom, it's
right here.
See, on this one it's touching, but this one is not.
Yeah. I think so too. Oh, I love the hinges too. It's just
You may have to put the hinges on the other side. There's not enough room on the right side to swing.
Yeah.
So he was on the other side of the door.
I was like, you're like, wait, how did that happen? He just crawled through that hole right there.
That's funny.
That's the real reason I put that there. to be building a door. We're going to be building some shutters for the windows, and we need to, the windows that aren't going to have shutters, we need to get them insulated and secured, because we're going to be moving our stuff into this tower here shortly, probably within the week. As you know, the last video we've been plastering the rough coat, and this video we're going to show you some of the final plastering that we're doing. First, we need to build that door. We're building the door out of 2-inch thick pine. I never see them selling oak anymore. Back when I was a kid, I remember you had the choice, oak or pine, in the lumber stores, and now it seems like it's just pine. But we got pine, some nice big chunky pieces of pine, and I wanted it to be rustic. I like that rustic look. Obviously, you guys have been seeing this building. It's kind of eclectic and kind of reminiscent of many civilizations and cultures. But it's just an infusion of my knowledge from the past, of my recollection and my understanding of the past. And I try to get into the minds of what they were thinking about back then when they build stuff like this. And security was a major thing. We decided we would secure this up. This is not only a chicken coop, but it's also a safe house. If you have not noticed yet. Very sturdy, very happy on how this door turned out. For its weight, it weighs about 170 pounds. And we hung it. I put a non-traditional standard latch on it. You can see when I shuggy band, it lost the temper on this spring, so I'm gonna have to replace this spring. But basically the function is up and down, releases the latch, and if you notice, this swings so smoothly, very little effort, and it's shut. I'm very happy with that. The trim on this turned out very well. I'm very happy on how square and plumb this door frame stayed while we were doing the hyper adobe, and that enabled me to make a perfectly square or rectangular door. We did not want to buy some Home Depot door and install this on this. It just would not have looked right at all. This is definitely going with the style. If this was to be attempted to be kicked open, I don't think somebody would be that successful, especially if somebody was armed on the other side of the door. But go in here. I put the latch up a little high for Keri. I should have lowered it a bit, but we will probably put a bar on the back side of this. This is that latch I was telling you about. We'll probably put a straight bar going across with two, so that way if somebody had to come in here for security reasons, they could latch themselves in pretty solidly. Very happy about that. We also insulated the two chicken end openings here with some 2-inch foam insulation to keep the rain from coming in. Did that to 3 of the windows, because these 3 windows don't have shutters because of the future projects we have coming up. It remains in here anywhere between 50 and 48 degrees, even at night. Very interesting how it holds the heat in here. So when it's 32 outside, it's 48 in here. The other thing we did is we put in a lip here. This lip was just to add more strength to the window and to accept the shutter, so that it had something to brace against when high winds are pushing up against it. This shutter here, I'll show you from the outside, but it locks from the outside. Maybe one day I'll put some kind of lever or something so I can pull it in and secure it to the brace here. But as for now, it's just a little slip latch. And also from the inside, I built the chicken door. Also, I had to brace this in because this was not even. I didn't put a nice square opening for the doorway, so I had to basically build one as an afterthought. But I knew I was going to do that eventually. That's also got a latch on it. That battens up the hatches here. It makes it very secure. From the outside, we have the chicken door. And then we have the shutter, which kind of happy how this turned out. Shutter. I need to put some oil on these doors so they don't sound like some old medieval castle window. Once there's oil on there, this latch is straight down, so if we get high winds, I just secure that. Or in winter time for the chickens, we secure that shutter. But on nice days in the summer, we just open it up. That's as far as they'll open. I was having issues with swinging and that's because Keri informed me that it's because the walls are 18 inches thick that I would have had to put this shutter all the way to the outside to have it swing. You know, it makes sense. But I didn't think about that, and I'm quite happy with how it is anyways. Put some oil on that later. Yeah, that's the shutters. And so now we're starting to do our final plaster. It probably won't all be done in this video because I'm trying to put out a video this week. I'm still working on this, but before I'm doing the final plaster, I decided, and this is very normal for me, to just go off and follow my imagination. So I ended up putting a relief here, and this is made of plaster. This is made of lime plaster, and it turning out really nice, so nice that I decided I'm going to do it around all the openings.
You're fancy. Oh, hello, Lazarus.
It seems to be a low. See, this line isn't as prominent.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. So there's definitely a technique to it, huh?
Yeah.
Can you imagine doing this for a living full time?
Well, I would be a lot faster.
I know, right? Excuse me, stop! Oh my God, they keep pecking my hat. Go on. I think they think that the decorative beads on my hat are bugs.
Probably. Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
I was like, why is he so infatuated?
I know, right? Go away. Go away, Lazarus. I saved your life. Stop pecking me.
You're like, yeah, you're grateful.
Right?
If I do it now, then I can come back with the plaster here and come right up against the edge, and it'll look like this was all here for centuries already. But we're working on that. It's like we invented our own set of hieroglyphs and our own set of our own civilization here, guys, up on Outlaw Acres. And I started doing some relief work up here. And the rest of this video will probably be continuing on with this relief work. And I'm really excited to not do physical work as much as imagination work. You know, I'm an artist, self-proclaimed, obviously. And this is what makes me happy right here, this stuff here. So this is how I stamp it and make it ours, is realize that this is something deeply embedded in me, that I have to express myself in more than just practical structures. I have to put a stamp on it, a signature of some sort. And I can't wait to see what it's going to look like when it's all plastered. I'm going to try to get on this, guys. I'm hoping you're enjoying this video. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you did subscribe recently, thanks for joining our crew. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. We're kind of slow going here doing our structures, but it will get done, guys. It's going to get done. It gets done at the pace, God willing. All right, if you noticed, I made an executive decision. I took down the turkey perch, and I am remudding the spot it was attached to, both sides. We're going to figure out what to do with this piece of wood, probably put something decorative. But why I removed this, there it is on the ground. I removed it because where it was attached in here, this whole thing was wiggling, right, in the wind, and when turkeys would get on it and stuff, and it would cause this plaster to start cracking, and I could see the red bags underneath. So that is a kink in my armor of this house, of this chicken coop tower. So I'm backfilling it with the mud. I'm going to put the first layer of plaster on just like this, and then we're going to cover it and make it go bye-bye. But just wanted you guys to know that turkey perch is gone. It was kind of a nice concept, but not practical, and it probably would have brought this house down eventually 100 years from now. Now we're kind of novices at doing this plaster work. This final coat, you're seeing line work here. I'm kind of hoping we can buff this out. This is, like I said, we're novices. We don't really know what we're doing yet. We may go back and plaster over this, make it a little better. You're looking at a 3-to-4 ratio here. So you're looking at 3 buckets of lime to 4 buckets of sand. So we're almost half and half now. And it's really tough. I like it. It's if you recognize something, then you might be very close to getting, like I'm recognizing this, I've seen it before somewhere. And that being stated, to me, means that I have almost hit our achievement of what we're trying to do here. It's reminiscent of when I was in Europe, and that's a good thing because that's where they mastered this. 7 parts, 3-to-4, 3 lime, 4 sand. This was an experiment with our wash. You're going to be able to see that this is how white the building will be if we don't pigment it at all, and that's just like a fine dry brush of the lime. But I'm thinking that this lime wash will cover a lot of these flaws, and it's fine if we have flaws here. 1, it's a chicken coop. 2, it's it's not contrived like a regular house where it's just immaculately perfect. This shows signs that humans made this. Everything else looks like an actual factory could have built it. Machines could have built it. A machine couldn't have built this. There's no way. Not yet.
Oh, whoa, that's awesome. God, that's totally different than when you started it. That looks really cool. Love it.
I really appreciate you guys sticking around to the end. We thank you for joining us today. We hope you stay warm or hope you stay cool. One of the two. Adios.